I'd like to welcome you all this morning. It's going to be our 35th parade. I don't think that we can hardly believe that 35 years has gone by and so much has changed. I'd like to thank our hosts, as usual, David and Cindy Hoyne. They do so much for all of us, and we're so appreciative of their support, not only on behalf of the parade, but for our community in general, and certainly for all they do for St. Baldrick's Day. I'd also like to say a special thanks to Claire Brennan-Dunn, our public relations specialist. She put this whole thing together this morning, and I know for one I'd be lost without her. We're going on to our theme. Our theme is From Air to Erie, celebrating the canal's bicentennial. When construction began on the Erie Canal in 1817, it sparked the arrival of Irish workers who soon became a major part of the workforce. They settled in communities along the canal, raising their families, and permanently altered the landscape of upstate New York, physically, economically, and culturally. This, in our 35th year, we once again staged this great event at the site of the Erie Canal with scores of marching units lining Erie Boulevard. We'll march down Nancy Duffy Lane in recognition of our forebears' accomplishments and contributions that they made, linking us to our community and the world at large. This year's poster was designed by Casey Landrican with the assistance of our very own Bridget Dunn. Bridget, would you come up and help me unveil this, please? Unfortunately, Casey couldn't be here today, but I think you'll agree it's outstanding, and it depicts our theme selection. Go ahead, Bridget. Isn't it great? I love it. Thank you, Bridget. Now I'm going on to the Hunger Project. We've made great strides with the Hunger Project this past year, and we had another fundraiser this past December 11th, which once again was a wonderful success, and we're well on our way of surpassing the goals that we've set. Kinney Drugs has once again graciously agreed to partner with us. They'll have food collection barrels in all their stores. And please keep this in mind when visiting Kinney's to bring a non-perishable food item, or you can buy one there and drop it in the basket on your way out. The Hartford Insurance Agency, for the first time, has joined our project and has generously donated to the Hunger Project for the first time. Arrangements are being made for barrels to be dropped off and picked up for the collection of non-perishable food items at local businesses and schools. And if anyone would like to participate, please visit our website, and all the instructions are there, or call the parade line and someone will be in touch shortly. Vince Christian, who's standing right directly back there, is the chairman of the Hunger Project, and he's engaged leaders of several local events to collect food under the name of the St. Patrick Hunger Project throughout the year. And please join us for our kickoff reception on February 9th, it's a Thursday, at the Food Bank of Central New York from 5:30 to 7:30. I'd like to thank Kathleen Strauss and Lynn High from the Food Bank and Michele Jordan from the Interreligious Food Consortium for their continued support of our project. The Shamrock Run has been one of the Hunger Project's largest supporters. We're always there on Run Day with barrels and ask that runners bring non-perishable food items, and of course, money is always welcome. The Shamrock Run is held the Saturday before the parade, and this year it's March 4th. Additionally, when registering for the run, there's a donate button for the Hunger Project. No donation is too small, and many thanks to the organizers of the Shamrock Run. When you visit our parade website, you'll also see a donation button exclusively for the Hunger Project. When you're registering for the parade or just browsing the site, please take an extra minute to donate. For every dollar we receive, the food bank can purchase 3 meals. Many thanks to all of you who work, support, and contribute to end hunger in our own community. Moving on, Rose and Rosebud of Syracuse. We began this last year again. We brought it back. We're calling them the Rose and Rosebud of Syracuse. We're beginning this similar tradition, and we're inviting women of Irish descent between the ages of 18 and 23 and for the Rose and 5 to 12 for the Rosebud to participate in the parade. One Rose of Syracuse will be chosen, and all registering rosebuds will automatically participate. Fashioned after the internationally known Rose of Tralee program, our Rose of Syracuse will honor a strong woman who volunteers her time to our community and helps make it a better place to live. Anyone who would like to make a nomination can go to our website. We're very excited that Jen Mannion and Erin Hickey Greenwood of our parade committee have agreed to be the chairpersons for this event. Our Grand Marshal Gala this year is going to be held in the Grand Ballroom of the Marriott Syracuse downtown on Friday, March 10th. Ed Riley, Paul McNeil, Chuck Anthony, and their teams have come up with nothing but excitement for the parade weekend. We're going back to the open to the public parade party. It begins at noon, it ends around 6, and thereafter on parade night, they're hosting none other than the High Kings, which is the #1 band in Ireland right now, for a concert at 8 p.m., again in the Grand Ballroom. You can get all your details by calling the hotel directly, and they have packages available for that weekend. On to the introductions. First, our Gael of the Year for 2017. Our Gael of the Year is a very humble woman who shies away from the limelight. I've known this wonderful woman for several years, and in her own quiet way, she makes a huge difference in our community, never looking for accolades. She's worked hand in hand with the St. Patrick's Hunger Project since its inception, and we've been so very fortunate to have her as a partner. I'd like to introduce Michele Jordan, Director of the Interreligious Food Consortium since 2002, as our 2017 Gael of the Year.
Thank you. The two things I want to talk about is, one is to thank everyone, my donors, Vince, Christian, the people who have lugged those barrels back and forth for the food that we receive. It's hundreds of thousands of pounds, and it goes directly to the food pantries and also to other agencies that meet the international need. When the Food Consortium started back in the 70s, and that's when I kind of became involved, we looked at hunger, we looked at jobs, and we looked at housing. And here we are, 2017, and we're still looking at jobs, hunger, and housing. I represent the agency is a faith-based agency, and what we do is we work with, I have a list of over 70 pantries in Onondaga County, and there's many more. And they are true, they're the front lines of people working with those who suffer each day. And all they want to do is to make sure someone has food and that they have a place to come and talk to. And I do that for the pantry people in our community. For whatever I can do for them, I do. So I want to thank everyone. It is an honor. It's kind of hard for me. But I thank you, and may we all have a good time, and the weather holds up. Thanks.
On to the announcement of this year's Grand Marshal. During my tenure as president of the parade, I've come to know this year's Grand Marshal. She's always been very helpful, gracious, and understanding, and quite frankly, has a great Irish wit. She has a true understanding of what this event means to the residents and businesses of Central New York. And through her leadership, this Grand Marshal has graciously helped us make this wonderful event possible. And no one embodies that cooperative spirit more than the Leprechaun selection this year. The parade would not succeed without the help of the myriad of city employees, including but not limited to the police, DPW, and Parks Department. She never hesitates to tell me how lucky she is to have such a dedicated team to accomplish all her goals. I could go on and on about this grand woman's accomplishments. However, I will just say I'm pleased and proud to introduce our 2017 Grand Marshal, Mayor Stephanie A. Miner.
Thank you very much. I want to say what an honor it is to join Michele for this for this really terrific honor. I can think of no better person to represent the meaning for the people of Ireland who came over here during the famine than someone who continues to work to make sure that people in our community are not hungry, and so they don't have to leave and go to other places. So congratulations, it's an honor. I also want to thank Janet and all of the volunteers who make this event happen. I am well aware, and I am reminded of every day, how difficult it is to plan events and put things together, and it's an extraordinary burden to do it as a volunteer community. And yet every year this parade community, through challenging obstacles, both humorous and otherwise, rises to the challenge and just gives us a fantastic event that has become renowned across the state and indeed across the country. So thank you for all of that. And Janet is right, I'm always quick to say that I have been incredibly fortunate to be surrounded by great people who are committed to the city and committed to making sure that we all are safe and of course all have a very good time. So I want to thank all of them. I guess I would be remiss if I also did not take a personal moment to thank my parents and grandparents who gave me the ability to walk by a light bulb and get sunburned. Who gave me the ability to enjoy all of the rich diversity of humanity, to laugh at it, and at times when you feel like crying, to have sympathy and empathy for the challenges that people go through. And finally, I want to thank them for instilling in me a work ethic, and a work ethic that comes directly from the people who built the Erie Canal with mules and shovels. My great-grandfather worked on the barge canal, and one of my prized possessions is his Union card. And so this is something that is very near and dear to my heart. It is, of course, as I have been known to say, it is the first major piece of infrastructure that opened up the western part of our country and allowed goods to get to market quickly, put us on the map, and allowed the United States to enter the Industrial Revolution. So thank you, Syracuse, for doing all of that. This is an event where we come together to celebrate. We celebrate each other, we celebrate where we have come from, and we celebrate where we're going to. And we do that through snow, through rain, through sunshine. Whatever God has to give us that day, we will be there having a good time. And I just want to thank you for giving me this honor. Candidly, it's, I think, the only honor I can remember in recent history that I didn't have to campaign for. So it is extra special to be here. And again, we look forward to March, we look forward to spring, and we will have a lot of events to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, the coming of spring, and where we have come from and where we're going to. So congratulations, and thank you for bestowing this honor on me. Congratulations to you.
I invite you to attend the Mass before the parade. It's at 10 a.m. in the cathedral. Get there early, they're doing renovations. So if you don't want to stand, make sure you're there a little bit early. It's always standing room only regardless. And before concluding, just a couple of brief notes. If you want to participate in the parade, I say this every year, you need to register. I'm not psychic, believe it or not. I am not. I don't know that you're coming. And even if you've marched in all 34 previous parades, I don't know that this year you might not have changed your mind. And please include on your application what you'd like the TV announcers and the parade announcers to say about your entry. They're not psychic either, and you have a much better shot at getting on television and being announced in the parade lineup if you have some script. Thank you very much for coming today. We have posters back here that we will distribute, and you're more than welcome to take some. And if you have any questions, good. We are done. Thank you.